Jesus knew who Judas was, but never addressed him. Sometimes you have to let people think you don't know. Shout out to Connecting with Source 444 for sharing this. Absolutely. You're definitely a real one for that one, Collective. If you clicked on this message, it's because you power people down by making them irrelevant. Like, you never acknowledge your enemies, okay? And that is one of your superpowers, okay? Because a lot of the times people want to address things and want to, like, to point out their enemy and point out their hater and expose them and let them know their every move. But you understand that that's dangerous. That makes you a target. And you also know how the enemy works. The enemy is a highly skilled manipulator. And if they can get any information or intel on what you know and what they're doing, then they can be able to then easily shift the narrative and switch things around. You know what I'm saying? So you really learned the power of silence. You also learned that by trying to expose, or it makes you a target, but not only it makes you a target, but you're giving them relevance. You give your enemy relevance when you speak on them directly and try to point them out. You're giving them relevance. You're giving them your energy, right? And then they can then in return use that energy to destroy you further, right? And you had to learn this, Collective, over time, that it's not about addressing your enemies directly and revealing everything that you know. You know what I'm saying? You let their imagination run wild with what you know and what you don't know. See, you move in silence, so you take mental notes up, that's noted. You note that they're the enemy, and then you move quietly and silently around them, right? You don't let them know that you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they eventually will know, oh, okay, they must know something, because why? Like, the way that you move, Collective, like, that's how powerful you are. And this is how you keep your enemies at bay and keep yourself protected and out of danger, because sometimes it's definitely not worth speaking out and making a target out of yourself, especially when you're in situations and circumstances that you can't easily get out of. This might be at your job, and you know what, you can't just up and leave your job, or this might be in a family setting where you're not able to just up and go. Like, there's some type of obligations that you may have that you can't just move around freely, right? And so this is why you move the way you move, right? You're not going to address everything that's being done. You're not going to give relevance to someone and power and energy like that to someone who is your enemy and your opposition. No, you're not going to address them at all, right? And a lot of these people, a lot of those Judas in your life, Collective, they hope that you acknowledge them, right? Or at least play victim and react, and that gives them relevance, that gives them power and excitement. You know what I'm saying? But you don't give them reactions, and you don't really address them. Like, you peep game, you feel the energy, you know when it's off, and you see them for who they are, and you silently just disconnect yourself from them. You don't address them, you don't approach them. You definitely stay vigilant and keep your head on a swivel and watch out and look out for any traps and dangers, because they be trying to plot and put traps all over you. You know what I'm saying? Set you up so many times, Collective, but you're too tapped in. You see through them, and you see the plots and plans, and you maneuver through these traps all the time, And again, you still remain calm, unbothered, and you're not addressing them at all. You're not giving them relevance. And over time, you end up powering down your enemies, because if you're not giving them relevance, if you're not putting energy into it, if you're not reacting and responding the way that they want, then they come up empty. Your energy is guarded and protected, and it's shut off from them. So they come up empty every time. So they end up feeling like less than, feeling like they didn't do anything, feeling unimportant. You know what I'm saying? You really power them down by not giving them relevance. But see, they would try to trap you up or set you up to get you into baiting yourself back into this energetic exchange. But you don't let them, Collective. And maybe in the past with your enemies and your ops, like especially family, like let's say you had family members who've done you dirty, who were your Judas in your life, right? And in the past you tried to expose them. In the past you tried to target them, right? But all they did was spin the narrative back onto you, and you were the one looking stupid, right? And then you were the one being targeted and attacked because now you're exposing them, and they might have a little bit of influence. They might have some connections. Now they're targeting and attacking you, hoping you silence yourself, hoping you shut up, painting a bad picture about you, right? So you don't got time for that. So instead of that, you just cut right to the chase, and you just stop giving them energy. You stop making them relevant. You don't even address that. You just move along with your day unbothered, right? You take these notes, you peep game, and you move accordingly. You don't even give them the time of day. And they be mad. They be big mad. And some of them get more obsessed and pressed with trying to attack you because of how unbothered, thinking it's going to work. It might have worked on other people. No. But again, you keep your boundaries up. You have this tunnel vision. You don't give them relevance. You don't give them the reactions that they're looking for, even though they still be trying to press you down. And this is how you power them down over time, you know? And this is what you do now, collective, because you don't got time for these people, right? And that's why I'm just so proud of you, you know what I'm saying? Because you never give the enemy relevance. We don't do that. We're not doing that, okay? We don't give them that much power and relevance. They're not shaking up anything. They want you to think that they're shaking stuff up in your life, but they're not, you know? So it's just so funny how you be powering these people down. Listen, collective, if this sounds like you, if this message resonates in any way, let me know down in the comments below, because I would definitely love to hear from you, okay? I know I just can't be the only one. I know I'm not, okay? And if this is your first time here on my channel and you enjoy my content, please make sure you subscribe. I would definitely love to have you a part of our tribe, okay? Because it's definitely a vibe over here. We are growing and we are flowing. Thank you, guys. I will talk to y'all later. It's KarkarLoves signing out. Love y'all. Bye.